go out on a walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you.
Hey friends, welcome back. I'm Alice, and if you're new here, today we are doing a full house reset, organizing, decluttering, cleaning, getting my life back together after we just welcomed our third baby. Baby boy John made his arrival here earlier in the month, and we are getting our bearings, getting it together. Postpartum is it's hard. It's very, very hard, but one thing that helps me at least is when I'm feeling up for it and feeling strong enough again to like get around and just tidy up my home. We have two older daughters, and they have just been tearing up the house as they should be. They've been cooped up a lot. We haven't been getting out on our normal daily outings. My mom was here for a while, so that was super helpful, and they still have like their dance and they still have their school days and like activities and stuff. So we're doing our best to keep them busy and occupied, but we are spending a lot more time at home than we typically do on a regular weekly schedule. So the house is definitely looking worse for wear. I am pulling out all of the stops, all of the sand, all of the pom-poms, the crafts, anything I can think of that will entertain them or just buy me a few minutes of peace to feed baby or clean something or whatever. So like the house is in shambles, partly because of the volume of toys we have laying around, and being postpartum, like I just wasn't feeling up to it for a long time. I think I'm a little over a week postpartum in this video, so I finally was feeling up to getting around and standing up for a bit and putting a lot of this stuff away. A lot of the things like kinetic sand I keep in my bedroom because I don't have access to it all the time, and I have just been staring at this mess from the couch for days and days and days wanting to address it. So don't feel bad for me. Don't think that like I don't have the support. My husband's very helpful. My mom was so helpful. Our church is being wonderful and bringing us meals and coming to visit and see baby boy. But it really is just helpful for my mental health postpartum to feel normal. And normal for me is cleaning up after my girls, resetting our home, getting things organized, and just making our house functional. That like fills my cup up in a way that nothing else really can. So I was so excited this day to start tackling this project. I also paced myself. The girls were at school this morning and my mom was home with me and baby boy. So I had a few hours to just kind of leisurely go through all this stuff. I had a lot more on my to-do list I wanted to get done this day, but I just listened to my body and paced myself and only did what I could manage. So later on in the video, you'll see me in a different outfit on a different day, tackling a different mess. But guys, something is therapeutic about being able to clean your home after like being laid up for like over a week, not being able to do it. It's been great having my mom here to do the dishes and help feed us and stuff, but there's nothing quite like getting back into your old routine after it's been upset so greatly with a big change like a new baby. I'll get into some of the postpartum updates and how's life been with baby number 3, those kinds of things later on in the video. But I just wanted to welcome you guys back to my channel and say that I don't know how often we'll be posting right now. We're still getting our new normal. We still have lots of appointments for baby boy. He's very healthy, but just that first month postpartum, guys, it's really rough. And this has been not my hardest postpartum experience, but definitely harder than my second baby. My second baby was like a breeze in comparison to everything we've been through. So stay tuned if you want to hear more about that journey and how that's been going. Since I was spending so much time on the couch, I made a long mental to-do list of things I wanted to get done once I could get up. And one of those things, super randomly, was actually washing our Ruggable rug. I think I've washed this maybe once in like the 3 or 4 years we've had it, but I just noticed one day it was looking gnarly. And I kept telling myself, well, I didn't want to stand up. Like, I cannot wait to feel good enough to go take this rug down to the washing machine. So I did just that. And then it was time for little man to eat. So I'm cleaning up the old bottle and my coffee cup, bringing a new warmed up bottle over to him. And I guess we'll get into postpartum stuff now. One of the biggest challenges I've had with little man is he does not want to latch. So that's been very difficult. I mean, oh my gosh, look at how cute he is. What a little squishy peanut. Oh, okay, I could just eat him up. I'm literally looking at him on my computer screen editing this video, and he is right next to me, like in real life too, and I just can't get over what a squish he is. But all that to say, if you remember my first daughter, Madeline, in her postpartum experience, I actually think I've privated all of those videos because I got way too personal in them, but she did not want a nurse in the hospital. I had a really harsh nurse come in at like 2 a.m, freshly postpartum, first time mom, and be like, your baby is losing weight and is not healthy and you need to feed your baby by either pumping or formula. And it was like so sudden, and it was 2 a.m. I was so delirious and not educated enough that I was like, okay, yeah, like terrified, crying with this nurse, and started pumping for Madeline. It took like a whole month to get us off of exclusively pumping in bottles, thanks to the help of a wonderful lactation consultant and all of these things. So nursing with Maddie was a challenge, and it was especially hard because I was a first-time mom, did not know what to do or what to expect. So Daisy, my second child, was a breeze. Latched immediately, so easy, not a problem at all. And I was really praying and hoping that baby number 3 would go the same way. He did not. He had a really straightforward delivery, but he did not want to latch. And so we have been seeing different lactation consultants, trying different shields, trying different things. But ultimately right now, as of 2 weeks postpartum, we are still exclusively pumping. It's not my favorite. I have cried almost every single day about it. Something is just unnatural, or I don't know, like fed is obviously best, and that's what we are doing to feed this baby right now. And as of right now, I have the capacity to pump and hand feed these bottles to my baby, which is such a blessing. And like, I'm grateful for his healthiness otherwise, but it's just really hard, especially like having gone through it previously and that experience being so traumatic. So I don't know, I don't want to cry right now, but my voice is catching. I can like hear it. It's just been hard. And so I hope and pray that he does latch. We are getting some successful feeds recently with some shields and different tools and pillows and all these things. And I am working with a great lactation consultant. I'm actually going to see her again in 2 days from now. So I have hope that it's going to make a change, that he's going to leave the bottles in the past. But it's just been really, really hard. It's hard on your sleep because every time he wakes up at night to eat, it is at least a full hour-long process because I have to obviously change him and take care of him and soothe him, but feed him a whole bottle and then go and pump a whole bottle and then wash some dishes. Thankfully, there's some like hacks and stuff, like you can put your pump parts in a plastic bag in the fridge for 24 hours and not have to wash them every single feed, or we have enough bottles now that I can at least not have to wash bottles throughout the night. So like we're figuring it out, and it's much better now than it was 2 weeks ago, freshly postpartum, realizing that we're going to go through this more challenging journey again. But that's been the hardest thing by far, is this nursing thing, because my expectation was for it to go smoothly, and the reality is that it's a little bit harder. So I don't want to be ungrateful or complaining because I have a healthy baby. Like, he is perfect. So healthy, growing great, like doing awesome. Like I mentioned, a few little appointment things that are coming up on the next couple of weeks for him, but nothing actually concerning, just some things the doctors want to just double check on and make sure everything's all good. But the pumping thing is just really, really crushing my soul. If you are an exclusive pumping mom, or in the future you're gonna have a baby that's facing these same challenges, the biggest thing that's made a difference between this baby and Madeline is, one, knowing to reach out to a lactation consultant immediately. I went through this already once before. They are your best bet, I truly believe, at helping you through any of this process. And another difference I've done is I have only used a manual hand pump. So it's only for like one side at a time, and you just use your hand and squeeze. I'll link it down below. It's the Medela Harmony, I think it's called. I have one of the big like double electric pumps that made me literally feel like a cow. Like, I felt like I was cattle at a farm making milk, and that was especially demoralizing. I don't know why, maybe all the hormones too, but like looking back on my first pumping experience, that was awful. And I've had a much nicer time using the hand pump, and I've also had much better output with it. So food for thought, if you ever are in this situation of a manual pump, was leaps and bounds better than an electric pump. I have also been rambling about this for a long time. All that to say, happy, healthy baby. My mental health is slowly on the rise. He's showing promising signs of starting to latch every now and then, like I mentioned, and I just hope that in the future we're gonna get through this and not have to think twice about bottles ever again. I've also talked over a bunch of different things that we've done in this video. I set out a new baby monitor. We bought the Infant Optics baby monitor. That was like the baby monitor when my daughter was born 2 or 3 years ago. Not 2 or 3 years ago. I know how old she is. And the monitor itself, where you like see the screen for the cameras, has crapped out on us twice. This is actually the second like screen we had for it. And of course, right before little man comes, it breaks again. And I was fed up paying $100+ for each camera plus the screen. So like $300 plus deep. I was not looking forward to buying another $100 screen. Their customer service was not helpful for me. So I finally went and bought this Amazon baby monitor that my mother-in-law has at her house. So I set that one up. It is super affordable. It's $70 for 2 cameras and 1 monitor. It's a clearer picture than the Infant Optics one. It's not Wi-Fi. So if any of you have some concerns like we did about that, it's not a Wi-Fi one. It's all just like locally in your home. And it's $70. So versus $300, $70, I will take that any day of the week. So we finally set all of those up. That was one of my middle of the night Amazon purchases where I was like, you know what, the customer service from the other baby monitor not getting back to us. Let's cut our losses and just start fresh. So we got that going up. We got those installed in the girls' rooms. That felt good to get that checked off of my to-do list. Now, another project I was working on is this messy hallway closet. I'm getting a little bit sidetracked here. If you notice, we have a light fixture in the back of this hallway. This is like the hallway to all the bedrooms. So we finally have light back here. I have a halfway filmed Fixer Upper Diary update to share with you guys. Once we make a little bit more progress, leading up to baby boy's birth, Christian was able to work a lot on our home and do a lot of drywall and a lot of home updates, including installing these lights, which is why you can actually see how messed up and gross this little hallway closet is. This will be demoed out eventually, but I was gifted these beautiful wire grid baskets, and I wanted to make this space a little bit prettier. So this was a really fun project for me to go through, declutter, and organize this like really awkward space because it is so open. It's going to be torn out eventually. I know that's not like the perfect solution or like the best place to be spending my energy, but it was a really good little postpartum project for me to see like an easy win. And honestly, it makes me smile every time I walk past it because it looks so much nicer now with these gorgeous grid baskets. They're from a brand called The Neat Method. I will have them linked down below, but the quality is superb. Like they have this removable wooden insert in the bottom of them. They come with little felt feet that you can attach if you don't want it to scuff any of your cabinets. They're beautiful. They come in different colors. Like I love them. So happy that we got these in. And I think they really elevate this space and make it feel a lot less chaotic. And of course, decluttering this space and managing my crazy number of Trader Joe's bags also helps. Thinking back on it now, I go through this every single time I have a baby that I'm just itching to clean my house, and it is the most like normal like mental health thing positively that I can do for myself freshly postpartum. And I am pretty sure now, I'm having a little epiphany about this right now, that it's controlling what I can control when I cannot control a tiny new human being. That makes actually so much sense in my head now, that like when everything is out of control, nursing is out of control, my free time, sleep, none of that is mine anymore. Controlling things that I can, like cleaning my home, organizing something, washing a rug and putting this dining table back over it, like controlling what I can when I can't is very helpful to my mental health. And I think that's actually what happens to me every single time. I have memories. And even my mom was reminding me, like when she first came to meet Madeline, there was a day that I felt so normal after vacuuming my floors for the first time. Like I felt good enough to walk around, push my Dyson, and get all of the dog hair up off the ground. That just made me feel human again. And I really think it's just, I've said it too many times now, but it's just controlling what I can control. I think there's a quote in Frozen where Olaf is talking about, like with some kids, of like, this is what we call controlling things we can, or something like that. I think that's exactly what happens. Everything feels out of control, but I can control my space being orderly and clean. And speaking about orderly and clean, our bedroom is the exact opposite of that. Oh my goodness gracious, this space has seen some things. We have this Costco bin out that has all of my postpartum supplies. It's where all of like the baby clothes were. It's where all my bottles and my pump parts were. So Christian so lovingly dragged this out for me when we came home from the hospital, and I'm tearfully had to go through it and find the bottles and find all of those things to get us to feed our baby. Enough on that topic. So that bin's out there. We have our big pool bag out there because it's still like just like the remnant, like the last couple days of pool season. We had our splash pads open until yesterday. And so my mom and Christian would take the girls to the splash pad. So that was just out and about. And we got tons of hand-me-down clothes. This sounds really weird, and I really hope none of my friends in real life actually watch this video. I don't think a lot of my friends, especially from church, know that I make YouTube videos, so I think we're safe here. You're my little internet fam, different than a lot of my in real life people. But I got lots and lots of hand-me-downs from friends, which is so lovely, but sometimes they were not in the best shape. And then if anything in like a hand-me-down bag or something was like pilled or stained a little bit, I just got such an ick about everything else. And I also just had decision fatigue. I knew that I had enough clothes for baby boy for the next like 6 months just from like the little bit of Amazon shopping I did. I bought some Burt's Bees, I bought some Kite Baby. I just bought some of my favorite things that I knew worked for the girls. So I like didn't need any of it. And I just felt overwhelmed with the decision of going through these bins. Some of them were very nice, very clean, very well taken care of, like Magnetic Me $40 pajamas for baby. I just don't know what it is, but the hand-me-downs gave me the ick, which I know is bad. I don't think I should feel this way about it, but it was like these giant boxes and bags. I had like 3 of them sitting around our bedroom because I knew I needed to look through them and decide what are we going to keep, what are we not going to keep. I need to wash it and put it away and all this stuff. And my mom was so helpful when she was here. I was telling her about all my problems. She was emotional support to the max, along with Christian, listening to me cry, holding my hand, feeding my baby while I pumped and cried and sobbed during that whole thing. But she also was so helpful with the hand-me-downs. So she's like, hey, if you don't know what you're going to do with it yet, just put it in the basement. You don't need it in your bedroom. You don't need to be reminded of all of your to-dos. Just put it downstairs in the basement and come back to it in 2 weeks. Maybe in 2 weeks, you'll have the mental capacity to go through and pick out some items you want to keep. Or maybe in 2 weeks, John will have grown out of all of these sizes and it doesn't even matter. But just get it out of your bedroom, make that space clear and just out of sight, out of mind right now, because right now you need less on your plate, not more. I need fewer decisions, not more to make. And so that was really freeing advice. Kind of contrary to what I like to do of decluttering and just addressing a mess right when it happens. I kind of hated having to just go put it downstairs in the basement, knowing I'll need to address it later. And I also just decluttered my basement. But that was what I really needed in that moment. I needed permission from someone else to just decide for me that you are not making this decision right now. Especially in the crazy postpartum days, I needed fewer things to worry about. And for some reason, the hand-me-downs were taking up a lot of mental space and physical space in our bedroom. So I stacked them up. I don't think I actually moved them all downstairs in this video, but shortly after filming, they've all moved down to my basement. And I don't know why it's freed up so much mental space. And it's just the permission of it's okay to not use the hand-me-downs people very kindly shared with you. So if you're in the Knoxville area, stay tuned around some of the local thrift stores and stuff, because you might see some very, very high quality baby clothes out and about recently or soon, because I'm pretty sure I'm just not going to reach for these items. And I'm pretty sure all of them are 6 month sizes and smaller. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Am I terrible for like not really taking these hand-me-downs seriously? I don't think they were offering them to anyone else. I don't think there's anyone else in our church who was looking for hand-me-downs. Like I don't think I'm taking these away from anyone else they knew personally. And I'm not going to throw them out. I will donate the ones that are still in good shape. But let me know in the comments if I'm absolutely crazy. And honestly, I'm fragile right now, so be extra kind down there in the comments. And I guess that's everything I filmed in this video. We made the bedroom a lot better. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.